all do, and this will be our first weekly outlook going into a new month ahead. And for me, it's interesting. We are, of course, going to start on DXY to see where it is maybe going and where we can possibly make some money. We know for sure it's aiming for these highs, but the key thing for me is to catch the low. Could this be the low and we'll push up? I mean, maybe, never say never, but that means we're leaving a small fair value gap and small fair value gap over in a 2 weekly cycle. But if we go to weekly, I mean, yes, it's filled it, but we've got a small one here that's interesting. What I think, well, I mean, it could happen, and I'm not gonna stand firm with it, but what I like to see is this low taken out in the next 2 weeks. This low taken out, then we come up, because in the next 2 weeks the month will be slowly ongoing. If we can get a 2 weekly candle to come down, at least fill some of this in, leave that wick, then come up and aim for these highs. But what's interesting for me is the way Friday are closed. I won't go over the 3D right now because I will explain this daily candle, because of course we said last week we would at least want to see it come down in here, then we will come up, because we did have a small fair value gap within this region, which is where this 103,624 key level is, and we can see what happened. We got bid straight away, but that was because of NFP, but that is because of what the market makers wanted at that time being. I mean, we can see what happened. What did I have it marked out? I had this marked out, yes, I remember. We had this marked out, but I didn't trade this. And I'll go over Euro yesterday as well. We made some great shots of what our thesis was from last week, but I didn't want to trade NFP because I already took gold and Gbpjpy longs, which I am still holding right now. And but DXY, what is interesting for me is the way we have filled in this fair value gap, leaving another 6 hour fair value gap with a very small candle. So Sunday, today, Monday, tomorrow, what we'd like to see is if we get something, if we can consolidate here, we are either going to go down into one or two. I am not saying one or two, like just one or two. I mean the whole one or two region, so one or two to one or three. So from these two key levels, in my opinion. So Sunday comes. If we can come here on I don't drop. If we can come straight down, that would be great, because I like that looked along it. But the way the daily has closed, it's very interesting. So we'll have to wait for 3D, in my opinion, still. But what could really happen is we could just really aim for these highs. I mean, yeah, it's of course whatever way is gonna happen. But for us to come down, we are gonna at least need to consolidate, then come down. I would say at least going into London, maybe the 10 a.m. London time, which is normally like a 12 hour, 6 hour candle close for Euro, cable, etc. But that's what I want to see for DXY. For me, I will not trade any of these moves. If we break above these highs, we'll at least want to back up. So we'll at least want to back up, then we'll continue to push higher. Because if we think about it, what the weekly has done, it has already filled in this fair value gap. So what we really could do is just seek higher, but the way it's closed with this small candle, I would like to see, or maybe might come wick up. I'd like to see this come down and try and come down lower into these levels. But I mean, we'll just have to read what price action is here, because now the way the daily has closed within this fair value gap, we could really push higher. That means we could push higher. We could Monday, well, Sunday opening. Well, yeah, Monday. DXY doesn't open until 12 a.m. So yeah, we could be looking for that wick, then push higher. But if Monday can like intercept it and close like bearish, like another one of these bodies, sure, we are coming down for another backup into these areas. We can clearly see our ribbons have crossed over, showing that DXY is bullish. This could be its backup, but it's not an official backup in my opinion. So yeah, DXY. I'd like to see what happens going on this week. Yeah, of course as well. This uh, this key level is a 2 weekly high, a 2 weekly fair value gap. So if it comes down here, if it gets bids, could really, if it comes down here, gets bid, could really maybe meet a double bottom, or it could come up, or it could sweep the lows then come up. That's a bit messy this, but yeah, we'll understand what's going on. Let's just draw this one out. It could really sweep those lows then come up, knowing that the 2 weekly key level is here. But what I would think to be the perfect trade, the perfect long scenario is for this to come down into this region. If we come here, it's easy longs because down here is the monthly high. And for me to really see yeah, DXY is going up is once this has been filled, once a wick has tested this high. So that is DXY, my friends. USD, yeah, I already have it drawn out, but we'll see what happened on 2 weekly right now. No, 2 hour, sorry. Is we did have this level marked out. We did tap into it, and we could have said it was short, but for me to take this, I didn't want to take it on Friday since it was NFP, and we'll see where it was really consolidating, and who knows what the news could have been. And it was like 12, yeah. So yeah, these candles here could have easily just spiked up into mid VWAP, knowing that the weekly could have closed a bit more bullish, but we didn't. So for Euro USD, it's interesting for me, is because we have uh, we have already made that wick very small, nearly coming into the previous monthly low, but I'd like to see this higher because we've got would at least want to see a wick to come in here, and for same for DXY for this 2 weekly move, that will bring USD into this 2 weekly fair value gap, hopefully wicking it, but let's see. This month has closed bearish, so I'll be looking for shorts from this low straight away. We can see here it has already filled this fair value gap, but it's closed as an interesting doji. So for me, I mean, a doji for me is shown as indecisive, and I like to see maybe a bullish candle. But if it doesn't, it's not going to close bullish. I'm not going to say so, but I might leave a wick and take out some highs, then come down. 3D. I'm not going to go over the daily on Euro because the daily is very messy. And what this is reminding me of is kind of this move since where we are in. Because if we look at where DXY Euro USD was in at this time, was this interesting area. If we go here, we are back in this interesting area where a lot of manipulation is going on at this time being of all these candles. Like we can't really read the daily price action right now because of what is really going on. So the 3D for me is making a bit more sense. So let's see how this closes. So back to the 2 hour, we can see where the liquidity is lying, and it is here, and this is a 4 hour fair value gap. I mean, do we have any? We've got fair value gaps down here, but for this to come up, I like to see it hold here, and I'm going to go over why, because Gbpjpy USD is showing me something interesting from Friday closure, but I like to see the liquidity taken out, then we can come up, and if we look at here, we've got a small low volume node, which I think will be a nice little long run opportunity if price action is confirmed. I mean, price action did confirm here. It could have been some shorts. We could have tested it, but we didn't because we knew NFP was out. Considering I already had trades running at the time being. So yeah, another scenario what I have on my mind, which I think is not really a likely outcome. Well, I mean it is. Never say never, but we could come down, take the weekly low out, then we could come up. But for me, for that to happen, I really think we would just be seeking lower. Because if that happens, that means the monthly is really. Has the monthly been new lows yet? No. That means that I would see the monthly seeking for new lows. So that is why I don't think Eurusd will aim for the lows, then come up. If we aim for the lows, I feel like we'll aim for 104.969. Okay, cable. Yes, again, another great and short on opportunity. I did see it in our group chat that we were going to dump here because we had fair value gap to get filled, and we were at a top VWAP. But the thing is, cable did not fill in any of this fair value gap. So I was like, okay, I feel like I might get pumped, but it didn't. It got dumped. So yeah, we dumped it in the bottom VWAP. What is this? It's not really anything interesting. It's just this wick I have marked out. But we can see where it is. We did have shorts on a. We did take shorts on cable last week. Where's the volume profile I had on? It was perfect because it came back into the POC. Let's see where it was. Yes, we can see like we came right back into the POC. It was great. It was beautiful. We came down. This low was our first target, which was like 55 pips. I think 54 pips it was. Sorry. We came down into the bottom VWAP. Given that rejection, we were pumped up. So the rest of the trade was taken at break even because we can see what really happened on the daily. Our entry was here, and we did lead a fair value gap, and we did get confirmation at bottom VWAP. So it boosted right back up. But I thought we caught the weekly high. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yes, here. We did come right back down. We did come right back down here. So you can imagine what we thought. We're going to aim for these lows, but we didn't. So yeah, it was very unfortunate. This was another news event as well. But anyways, where was I? Yes, this is what I feel like could happen with the Gbpjpy. We can clearly see what has happened. We have broken out of this channel. We have broken out of this channel. Let's just see if I can draw this a bit better. Why is it better scenario? Yeah. Okay. Well, we did break out of this channel. We can see we got confirmation at this channel as well, and now it looks like it's giving us a backup. We have loads of confirmation saying that cable is going higher. We are at the mid VWAP. We are more or less coming into our EMAs, but for me to see my EMAs are trending up. We've got low volume node with it in this candle as well. But the thing what interests me, well, what also interests me is we just got a nice bearish candle, but that doesn't mean we're gonna short it. Monday we could wick up, then we could short it. But the thing what I really am focusing on is this cable bullish weekly candle coming into after this liquidity, and this two weekly, yeah, this two weekly is horrible, so I'm not going to go over it. Back to the weekly. So for me, in my opinion, cable is most likely going to seek a wick, and we are going to catch that, come up, take these highs out, because we did not even take these highs out. We didn't even tap into this order block. I don't trade order blocks, but you should know me by now. I trade order blocks on the higher time frame only, because that's the only place I think they work. Anyways, I think cable will actually eventually tap into this, or even seek new highs to fill in more of this fair value gap before we come lower. But for me to really trade cable, try and short cable is above these highs, then we'll come down. That is cable. I think that makes a lot of sense what we just went over. Well, we can see the divergence is showing bear, but we can clearly see the trend is pushing up, because we've got one here, we got one here, but we can see the trend was clearly pushing up. So yeah, pound yen is so beautiful, so easy, man. We got the monthly closure, so we did leave a small fair value gap. To me, I feel like pound yen is close to seeing a healthy correction. Not until 175 is achieved, or even 100, even this blue zone. But we will see. We'll at least need a weekly candle closure for some downside movement. But weekly, what can we see? Yes, into the 2 weeks going up, we can at least witness a wick going down into 172,507, which is back into this region, which is more or less, if we hang on, where is it? If we just draw this trend out, where is it? Yes, we can see we clearly are trending up. That would mean it would come back down into this level into the 2 weeks, but that is for the 2 weeklies anyways. For the weekly, we can see the weekly high is here, so we've got liquidity below here, and this liquidity I think is a daily low. Yeah, a daily low within a small fair value gap. So I'll think going into the week ahead, we're gonna see it come down into here, then up. But since it's printing these candles, yeah, that's 6 hour. I feel like we should really come down and then come up, come back up. This is going back up in my opinion still. The trend is still clearly up. We did come at the top, extended view up. So yeah, our ribbons are showing that's still bullish. But the thing is, if it comes down into our ribbons and leaves some sort of rejection here, I feel like we will just seek the highs. So we'll have to really see what happens. But if we break this, we should really seek this weekly high and push higher. But I feel like if we go to the daily, we are soon due a healthy correction. If we can see where our ribbons are really working right now. Right now it is only working on a 9 EMA, and I feel like we should really see a correction into our bottom view up to really push higher. So let's see. I don't think this week, but if the weekly candle does close bearish, I feel like we could seek a healthier correction, because we've got a low volume node here. So we're really, oh, I think, what is this level as well? Yes, this is a monthly high, so we can really see a monthly fair value gap. So could really, for the month ahead, we could really see boom, boom. That was for the month. That was the monthly outlook for you guys. But yeah, Gbpjpy, we are looking for that going into Monday open. So I want to see what happens. Going into Monday open. If we really get a close below here, we should seek this into this fair value gap. But anything else, we should really just be looking to long this. I'm not trying to catch the tops. It's clear the trend is up. Gold. Okay, gold. I mean, we did take a short here. I know Daniel, you took a short up here as well, and we took shorts together here as well, and you took a long here as well, but I will missed it, which is gold is very interesting. So I feel like since we have came into this fair value gap, I mean, we did have a thesis on yet last week. Where was it? Well, it was round about this high. I think it was 1968 it was. Why was it 1968? Yes, it was because of this weekly low. We can see we had a thesis seeing if it was come up here we'll short it, and we did. We should really long it, but for me this price action was a bit messy. If we go on a different brokerage, we can clearly see what happened, and that made a lot more sense. That made a lot more sense, man. But since I was on this broker, I just stayed away. That's why I shorted here. We got our bottom view up because of these candles are printed. That's beautiful, and this was beautiful as well. Anyways, the reason I didn't show gold here is because uh, we didn't take out this weekly high, which is 1985, fill it in some of this weekly fair value gap, and that would have been mid VWAP taking out this liquidity. So that's why I didn't short it, which is very annoying. So gold going into the week ahead and two weeks as well. I feel like if we can get the candle come up and wick this, that means the 2 weekly would get the weekly high taken out. That would mean we're filling in some of this fair value gap. But the thing is, daily it's horrible, so we're gonna have to see how the daily prints. If we don't break this straight away on Monday, I feel like we could be seeking higher. So that's why I think that's why for me uh, is why I'm focusing on certain time frames right now, because gold on the weekly is making sense. Euro on the weekly and the 3 day is making sense. Daily does not make sense at all for me. So yeah, we can see what happened when gold printed. The title of small candle leaving a wick is here. What happened? We went up. Here. What happened? We left the wick, went down. Here. We left the wick, went up. Here. We left the wick, went down. And I might be an overcrowded trade right now, but for this to happen, I feel like gold could really see 2000 figure, but at least 1985. That is my initial target. So yeah, if we get some confirmation here, I think we should really seek these highs. Then we can come down into this. Also, another key thing to watch is gold on the monthly. I mean, it is a triple top, but what is gold? What does gold have right now? We should really be focused on this order block. And what is in this order block? Fair value gaps. And if we just focus on this structure, we can clearly see gold is made a high high, high low, high high. Where is the high low going to be? And if we get some confirmation, we are going to see new highs. And for gold to really go down is, we should break these lows, but for now we'll focus on this. We'll focus on this monthly order block, which is this, and I have this key level, and it's a 12 hour key level, a 12 hour order block, sorry. Yeah, it's 12 hour order block. Oh, is it? Yeah, 12 hour. So for gold, we'll at least want to see some confirmation in this fair value gap region. Then we can come up, sweep up, then we'll come down. But only if confirmation happens. That means if we get some sort of bullish candles, and if we get a bullish candle, at least go on M30 and try and catch an entry. The reason I didn't long this here is because the 2 hour was bearish, and we could have longed it, knowing that we're taking this liquidity out. Because I was short, so what was the point of going long and short straight away? And this was news, so it was very pointless for me. Well, this is gold. This is what I like to see. Well, yeah, we've got low volume nodes. Have came into low volume nodes here, but a lot of volume going on here, so it's interesting. What next? Okay, we're not gonna go over XRP, but we're gonna go over Bitcoin. What I think could really happen: 3D candle has closed bearish. I mean, what has happened? I mean, we did have an outlook since Bitcoin has broken the 2000, no 27,200 level. We should be really be seeking these lows. But since we were bouncing on this, I thought since it's okay, we're gonna go up. But we've got a massive low volume node within this resistance, and I feel like since the weekly is going to close bearish, that'll be perfect. Leaving a wick in for you, Daniel. You were looking for the short at 27,500, which I think will be a great short opportunity, because that will mean it's going to wick into here. That will mean it's going to leave that weekly wick, and we'll come down and seek these lows before we can really pump up, because I think we should really see the pump up before we see 10k, 37k before 10k. I think that is it, guys. That is mainly the weekly outlook gone over. BTC monthly, okay, well, I want to see we are at least going to have to take these lows out before anything else. So yeah, going to next week, I feel like Bitcoin is going to dump if the weekly candle stays like this, which I think it will. But anything above here should get shorted. So I wouldn't see it's rejecting the bottom V right now, but since we are trending down and the weekly candle is about to close bearish, in my opinion, we should really just dump, swallow this liquidity, collect this liquid, and then we'll pump up. So yeah, that is it, guys. We'll see what happens this week. I don't think any news is out this week, Let's have a quick look. I don't really read the news anymore. I just like the news for volatility. Sunday the 4th. No, we've got some Euro PMI and GBP PMI and USD PMI. Oh yes, okay. Oh wait, no. Oh no no no. This week, man. Do we have anything else? Anything important? No. Oh well, we've got GBP, GBY. No, well, yen, GDP. Nah, that's it. Okay, that is it. Honestly, guys, that is the weekly outlook, and we will see how this week goes. I mean, yeah, last week was quite successful to be honest. So we'll see what this week is like. And thank you guys for watching. Take care.